Hello, everyone, and greetings from Faith Lutheran Church. My name is Jeff Pitzer, the Director of Worship, and this is Holy Week. And it's not just Holy Week for Christians, but it's also a Holy Week for the Jews, because on Wednesday is Passover this week, and Thursday starts Maundy Thursday, and Good Friday and Easter Sunday for the Christians. So I thought I would share a little bit about Passover with you and how that ties in to the Last Supper of Jesus and his disciples. When my family and I were in Israel, we got this beautiful bag. It's called an afikomen bag. And the afikomen is the piece of bread that is broken during the Passover meal. They actually have 3 pieces of bread that will either be on a plate or they put it in one of these bags. And these bags actually have 3 pockets. So you can actually see 1, 2, and 3. And so they would put 1 piece in each of those pockets or have them on a plate. But it's always the middle piece of bread, the unleavened bread, that is broken. So I'm going to take that middle piece out of its pockets, and it was broken in front of all the guests at the table. And then one of the broken pieces, was then taken and wrapped in a white linen cloth, and the head of the household would usually hide this somewhere in the house, and the children would go and look for it later on after the meal. Now, afikomen is a word that basically is translated like dessert. What it really means, it's not as much about something sweet, but it means that nothing else is eaten after. It is the very last thing that people eat during the Seder or the Passover meal. Now, Passover is a story of how God saved his people from slavery. And it's a great picture for us of how God saves us from the bondage of sin. Isn't it interesting that this is what Jesus used when he broke it? He said, "This is my body that is broken for you." And it's this piece that was wrapped in a white linen cloth. It had hidden away for a while, almost as if it was buried before it's brought back. So during the meal, the last thing that they ate was this piece of bread. And that's when Jesus blessed it and said, "This is my body broken for you." Now, the Jews for centuries have been making a sacrifice once a year during Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, where they would kill an innocent lamb, and that was to atone for their sins for the whole year. And they did this year after year after year. But isn't it interesting that afikomen means the thing that is eaten last? Nothing else comes after this. No other sacrifice comes after Jesus' sacrifice. Once he sacrificed for us, it is done, it is finished. Everything has been paid for all time. After he broke the bread and passed it to his disciples, he then grabbed the cup. Now, in a Passover meal, there's actually 4 cups, but it was the 3rd cup that Jesus grabbed. It's known as the cup of salvation or the cup of redemption. He did a traditional blessing with this as well, and that's when he said, "This is my blood shed for you." And he told them whenever they eat this bread or drink this wine, to do it in remembrance of him. It's also interesting that during the original Passover night, they had to kill the blood of a lamb, and they had to put it on the doorposts and the lintel, or the crossbeam, and it made this shape like that. Well, in Hebrew, the 8th letter in the alphabet is called Chet, and it is shaped like that. And every letter in Hebrew has a meaning. And the meaning for Chet is life. God said to place his blood in the shape of the letter Chet on the doorposts. This blood is life to us. It's Jesus' blood shed for us for the forgiveness of sins so that we may have eternal life. I hope that you all have a good, meaningful, and blessed rest of your Holy Week, and that it ends in a triumphant celebration of Easter, even though we'll all be home. I pray that it be a blessed day and a blessed week for all of us. Blessings to you all until we meet again.